Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I wanted to talk to you about OCD thoughts about OCD. And this is a very common thing to get stuck on. Remember that your brain will send you fears about whatever matters to you the most. So if being a good person matters to you, then it's going to send you thoughts about how you're the worst person that's ever lived in one way or another. If you care a lot about your family, some negative thoughts can come about your family. If you care about any aspect of your life, religion, for example, right, then you can get thoughts on that. Your brain is just trying to protect you by sending you the worst possible thought. Why? Because when it does, you react. So initially, when you got a scary thought, which 50,000 thoughts a day, that's an actual number that of the thoughts that people get every single day, plus minus, if you don't know that. Um, and you happen to react when you got a weird thought. And when you reacted, your brain took notice and is sending it to you over and over again. And that's how OCD theme solidifies. So sometimes, well, a lot of the time, what I see with people is as they are going through OCD recovery, obviously OCD recovery becomes extremely important, especially if they're putting a lot of effort into it. And this is when you can start getting thoughts on the OCD about OCD theme, such as what I call it. Will I ever recover? What if I will not recover? What if I'm not doing the work correctly? What if I've done this, but I should have done that? These are all very common OCD about OCD thoughts. And you can get stuck in this the same way that you can get stuck in any other theme. And I find that a big issue with this is that people don't recognize this type of theme as a theme. The person will say, well, I'm just researching OCD recovery, I need to know about it, I am going through the recovery process, right? But if you're doing it out of fear, if you're doing it with a lot of anxiety, and the anxiety is specifically about the process of recovery, you have to absolutely treat it as a theme. A good way to tell, is this an OCD theme or not, is try not to research for a few days and see how you feel. If you feel extremely anxious, you feel like you need to research more about OCD, then it's a thing. It's the same thing with the analyzing this. You know how I say always track the amount of time you're spending on these thoughts? Same idea with this. Really track the amount of time so you're making sure that you're not um, allowing yourself to continuously think about it, because the more you think about it, the more it will feel like you're doing something wrong, and the more reassurance you get, well, this person said this, but this person said slightly different, so where is the truth? And what if I'm not doing the right thing? And what if I will never recover? And it just starts to spin and spin and spin. OCD recovery is simple. If you do exposure work, and meaning response prevention, if you don't analyze, if you don't do compulsions, slowly your mind recovers. It detaches from the thoughts, it detaches from the anxiety, you feel better. If you think more, analyze more, do more reassurance behaviors, do more compulsions, the mind gets deeper into it, you get worse. In addition, you can also jump from theme to theme, so you have to watch out for that. But in truth, it's simple. It's just that you need to be consistent every single moment of every single day doing recovery work. It's tedious, annoying work, and it must be done, and it's painful, and that's what's difficult about OCD. In theory, it's simple, but of course, every person has a slightly different way of putting it. And I've talked to this guy or I talked to this girl, and they said this, and they said this, and you can go around all the time, not even understanding that you are in actual OCD theme about OCD. So that's just something I wanted to warn you about, that if you feel like you're getting really caught up in worrying about the recovery, that can become a theme. And I see it very, very common. Usually, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of this video, but usually I see this theme as the person is getting close to the end of the recovery of whatever their original theme was. Because, say, for example, the person was worried about, I don't know, let's say harm OCD. So as they're getting better with that and they're almost recovered, what would be the scariest thought for this person? Well, what if I stay at almost recovered and never quite recover, right? And then that's when this OCD about OCD theme can come in. I don't see it a lot as a in the beginning. I see it a lot in the end of the recovery. It becomes like the thing that OCD jumps to from the original theme to try to grab your attention. So I just want you to be aware of that. With OCD, if you know these little tricks, if you know how OCD works, and this is why I do this channel, is if you know how OCD works, you will not fall for it. And if you don't fall for it and you don't feed it, it's not going to grow, and it's going to slowly die down. So it's just being aware and having the understanding of the mechanics of it, the mechanics of OCD. I find that it's so crucial. And doctors pretty much universally miss this step. They don't explain to the person really ever. I don't even think I've seen it ever. A doctor explain how OCD works in detail. And I find that it's so important because at the end of the day, you are with OCD 24/7. So you need to be an expert in this. And if nobody explained to you how, what it's all about, how it works, the mechanics, then you just don't have that, that much information to fight it with. But again, if you're seeking information from anxiety, from the position of I'm doing something wrong, or what if I'm doing something wrong, you have to treat it as a what if OCD thought. I'm not reacting. I'm not researching anything out of fear. I'm not doing it. And really stay strong in that conviction and determination that I'm not doing it. I'm done. I'm putting my foot down. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I do daily videos about all things related to OCD recovery. I know I have been kind of not so daily lately, but I'm telling you, with the Christmas just behind us, a lot of people have been having a hard time. So I've just been with clients, but I am back on track. So I hope you find the videos helpful. If you would like to do the recovery program, as always, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.